Good morning class 11 students, welcome back to your online class once again. So we have completed the revision of Python chapter and now I am going to revise few of the important topics from chapter 1 which were left earlier. So let us begin the video. The first topic which we are going to revise today, that is data capturing. What is data capturing? Data capturing actually means inputting the data and converting it to a digital form. Whatever data is being inputted by the user, so there should be something some devices which is capable of converting that data into a digital form so that it is understandable by the computer and computer works accordingly. So the task of data capturing is basically done by the input devices, which is keyboard and mouse, and many others are there. Keyboard captures the textual data which we write from the keyboard. Mouse captures the pointing positions, and the barcode reader is also one of the input device in which the data is captured from the barcodes which are present on the back side of the product which we purchase from the market. You must have seen the barcodes, that are the lines which are printed on the every product which we purchase from the market. You can find it in your IP book also. So that is being read by the barcode readers. So the input device is basically responsible for capturing the data and then converting it to a digital form so that it enables the computer to work accordingly, and the data should be in a usable format. Otherwise computer will not be able to understand the data or the instructions given by the user. The next point we are going to discuss, that is data storage. So now when the data is inputted from the input devices and captured easily, so obviously captured data should be processed immediately, or maybe it should be stored for processing for a later use. So to store the captured data, digital storage devices are being used by the computer, and you must have learned about the storage devices which we use in computer in the previous videos. So basically we are discussing this. Why? Because related to the data storage there are some issues, because there are some storage devices which we use like hard disk or pen drive, flash drive, or many more to store the data. However, there are some issues with the storage devices. What are the issues? That the data is generated at a very high rates and it keep on increasing with time. So sometimes it becomes difficult for a storage space to handle it, because some more storage space is required. And to fulfill the need of our computer system, we need to increase the storage capacity of the computer time to time, right? So for increasing the storage capacity, now we will need some more storage area to store the data, right? So for that you have to discard the old storage devices. Now how the storage devices which are old should be discarded and how the new data storage devices should be put on, let us see that. It is very much important when you try to discard the old storage devices. So while discarding your old storage devices, whether it is your hard disk or the laptop disk or your smartphone's memory disk or digital camera storage or the camcorder storage, you need to keep in mind to delete all the data and format it properly. Manually you have to delete it and permanently from those devices, so that in future it should not be misused by anyone. You can use proper tools to delete the shared data or disposing of any old or faulty storage devices. So for these reasons, the large organizations or the companies, to increase the storage devices of their computer, they use or employ the data servers. Now data servers are the actual computers with larger and faster dedicated memory storage. So they upgrade their storage to the data server so that more storage can be provided and more data can be stored, which can be safe for the future. Now the third point to discuss is data retrieval. As we have learned how to capture the data, which device is required or which device is responsible for capturing the data and storing the data. So now the data retrieval comes here. Now data retrieval refers actually to the process of retrieving or obtaining the data from the stored storage devices and making it available to the CPU So whenever you require any kind of data, the data retrieval is a process from where the stored data from the storage devices are available to the CPU. In data retrieval, the access time actually depends upon the storage devices. The faster is the storage device, lesser is the access time. So if your storage device is faster, the access time of the file by the CPU will be lesser. The access time now refers to the retrieving of data from the storage devices also. Faster access time means the faster is the data processing. Nowadays solid state drives have faster access times than the hard disk drives. We were using hard disk drives. Nowadays solid state devices, SSD is here into the existence, and technology has upgraded itself. So accessing of data from the SSD is more faster as compared to the hard disks. So now let us see the most trendy and the important topic where you have to clear your doubt regarding the proprietary, free and open source software. OSS and FLOSS. Here OSS refers to open source software, which means the software whose source code is available to the customers and it can be modified and redistributed without any limitation. So the software which are open source that can be easily downloaded and their source code can be easily modified, changed without any limitation. However, in OSS, some charges or a minimum cost can be charged in the name of development or in the name of giving a support to those softwares. However, FLOSS refers to the free libre open source software or free libre open source software. Here the term libre and libre means freedom. These are the Spanish and Portuguese words which means free software, means this is free software, and as well as it is a open source software also, means freely available and it can be rectified, it can be changed or modified and distributed without any limitation. Examples of FLOSS are Linux operating system, Boss Linux, MySQL and many more. Now the next one is the proprietary software. These kind of softwares are neither open source nor freely available. So which means that these kind of softwares are regulated through a license, and the distribution of these kind of software or any kind of modification in these kind of softwares are also restricted and forbidden, which requires a special permission from the vendor or the supplier of that software. Right, and source code of these is also not available. Now if the source code is not available, obviously it cannot be modified or distributed further. So all the restrictions are here with the proprietor only, and if you have a permission from the proprietor, then only you can make the changes. Example of such a proprietary softwares are Microsoft Windows operating system, Adobe Premiere Pro, or Adobe softwares, Quick Heal antivirus software and many more. Now moving forward is a freeware software and free software. So the term freeware and free software are totally different. You do not mix both the terms or don't get confused by both the terms. Now let us discuss what is freeware. Freeware softwares this term is generally used for a kind of software which is available free of cost and which allows copying and distribution of the software, but modification cannot be done. Means freeware is freely available, can be copied or distributed, however changes can't be made. The source code is not available, so the changes cannot be made. Don't mix this term by the free software. Now free softwares are the software which are freely accessible and can be freely used, changed or copied or distributed to anyone you wish to do so, and no payments are needed for free software. As in open source, sometimes the payments were in open source software, sometimes the developer may charge something, but in a free software you can use it, change or modify it also, you can distribute it as well. However, no charges are there, and freeware modification cannot be done, however they are available free of cost. And proprietary software, nothing can be done, that is the can only be done by the owner of that software, so you have to seek special permission from the vendor. right? So these are the terms, you have to memorize it and clear your doubts against these terms. And if you have any kind of doubt related to any topic, do text me or mail me, and practice these things, practice all Python programs, go through the revision videos once again, as your exams are going to start from 9th. And if you have any problem, any doubt, get back to me. Till the time, stay safe, stay happy, and all the best for your exams. Thank you.